For the camera. All right, so welcome everybody to Minzo Pass. This is our first live group tutoring session. This is our first live webinar, and everybody likes free. So this is 100% free. You don't have to pay for it.
Yes.
Yeah, some of you learn about this from the podcast, our Pass Your Life and Health Insurance Exam podcast. Some of you discover this on YouTube. So I'm going to start. I'll introduce myself quickly because some of you don't know me. Some of you know me. Wink, wink, Rebecca, you know me, but some of you don't know me. So I'll just introduce myself quickly, then I'll give everybody a chance to introduce themselves. Then I'll share the format for the training, and then we'll go from there. Um, I'll highly recommend that you have something to take notes, either pen and paper or notebook or your laptop. Just take notes because I'll be sharing a lot of useful information. All right. So again, welcome. My name is Biko Martin. I'm the lead instructor here at Minzo Pass. Minzo Pass is we're brand new life insurance pre-licensing provider. We are less than 1 year old, but I tell people it's not about whether you're new or not, right? It's about results. And we've been getting a lot of results for our students. We have the highest pass rate for our self-study courses, 82%. And for our one-on-one tutoring, our pass rate is 98%, 98. That is not a mistake. That is 98%. So we're doing great. We're 100% minority owned or Black owned, to be specific. Out of the major life insurance pre-licensing providers, we're the only ones that are that are Black owned. And then not just that, but we are doing very well for our students, and everybody is loving it. And towards the end or in the middle, I'll share with you our social media. You can follow us on TikTok, LinkedIn, all of those things. So I'll just share my screen here with you quickly. And let's see here. And all right. So this is just a little bit about me. Again, some of you don't know me. So in my past life, I used to be a pharmacist, right? So I'm a pharmacist by profession. I got my doctorate degree in pharmacy at the age of 24 from Temple University in Philadelphia. And as you can tell from my accent, I'm I'm an immigrant, right? I'm 100% African. But you may ask, but hold on, how do you go from healthcare to finance, right? Because those are two different industries. Well, when I got into pharmacy, I said, well, I want to earn extra income. So I just want to earn $1,000 a month extra to supplement my income. So someone introduced me to the insurance industry. I was like, okay, I'll just do this. And as I say, the rest is history. I've been doing this for 12 years now, and I actually quit pharmacy. And people are like, are you crazy? Will you quit pharmacy to be a life insurance agent? I thought pharmacists make more. Actually, not anywhere close. Life insurance agents, if you're in the top 5%, you even earn more than medical doctors. Okay. So, but it's not that the money is a plus, but I love what I do. I'm an insurance agent, and we've been able to make a lot of difference in people's lives. I'm the owner of a 75% insurance business spread across 15 states. By God's grace, my agency will be expanding to Canada sometime later this year. So as an insurance agent and my agency, we've helped over 1,000 people create better financial futures, whether it's setting up college savings plan for your kids, or protecting your businesses or protecting your families. I've done that. And I'm also the host of the Life and Money with Biko podcast. And I'm the host of the Pass Your Life and Health Insurance Exam podcast. Some of you discover us through that. Okay, so this is our contact information. I don't have the phone number there, but I'll include that later on. But you can follow us on social media, all these Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. And that's our email address. Now, just I'm sure you people came here to pass your life insurance exam. So you may be wondering, hold on, but why are you taking all this time to, to talk about all of this? I just want you to go over practice questions and help me pass my exam. Yeah, that's true. We're going to do that. We have plenty of time. We'll do this today. We'll also do it tomorrow. Okay. But let me just go over here some quick benefits of you becoming a licensed life insurance agent. A lot of people think when you're a life insurance agent, you are just selling life insurance. That's one thing I want you to erase that from your mind right now, okay? It's almost like a mechanic. Someone telling a mechanic that you're an oil changer. Can a mechanic change your car oil? Absolutely. Is that the only thing he can do? No, he can do a lot of things, right? He can fix your brakes, fix your engine, body work, transmission, all of that stuff. So it is with life insurance agents, right? Yes, you sell life insurance, but you can do so much more than sell life insurance, right? You can do 401k and retirement account rollovers. Right now, everybody is saying there will be a recession. And when there's a recession, what happens? People lose money in their 401ks, right? So you can help people roll over their 401ks into annuities, and that is not life insurance. And some people, some life insurance agents, that is all they do, right? Just 401k rollovers, and they make a great living. You can do fixed index annuities, life insurance, of course, college savings plans. You can set up business plans for businesses, wills and trusts. We can do so many things. So what I want you to do is, going forward, don't let anybody to call you a life insurance agent. I don't even like to use that. You're a bona fide, or you will become a bona fide financial professional once you get that license. Because there are three industries, three branches of the financial industry. We have insurance, banking, and investing. And as a life insurance agent, you're part of one of those three. So this is just to, again, I'm just trying to pump you guys up to let you know, to motivate you, because the life insurance exam is a lot of material. So sometimes people get discouraged and they want to give up. But to just let you know, insurance agent jobs, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor, they're expected to increase by 7% in the next 5 years, right? And the insurance industry is the most stable in the financial industry. 0 insurance companies have failed recently, right? Ever, right? And 5% of insurance agents, if you are in the top 5% and you own your own financial agency, you could earn more than $250,000 a year. Let me repeat that. If you're in the top 5%, you can earn up to 250 or greater, 250,000 a year working completely from home. And the other thing I like about being an insurance agent is that what job will pay you up to 20 years for doing something one time. So there are policies for clients 2012, 2013. 10 years later, I'm still getting paid on those policies. No other industry, no other job compares. So you're in the right industry at the right time. I want you to, because this gets tough, and sometimes people get discouraged. Sometimes people feel 1 or 2 times they get discouraged, but you are in the right industry at the right time. Do whatever it takes to get that license, and that's what I'm going to help you do here. We're going to talk about study tips here, but just one thing quickly to add is that one of the things that also sets us apart from all the other major pre-licensing providers is that we are not doing this just to make money, right? Yes, you will pass your exam. We have the highest pass rate. Doesn't even compare. But you will pass your exam. But if you become a client or if you become a student or you refer this to other people and they become a student, all of the money we make from our pre-licensing course goes directly to going to provide job training for people, for young people in West Africa, and to make a difference in their lives, right? So we have an office, and our goal is to provide 150,000 jobs in the next 10 years in West Africa. So all of the funding we get, all the revenue we get from our courses, right, from means of pass, it goes towards helping lift young people out of poverty in West Africa. So you know that you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping to make a difference in the world. So I know that was a long introduction. These are some of our employees. And all these people, like this guy here, his name is Ezekiel in a yellow. That's that's squatting. He was unemployed. And Rebecca knows Ezekiel, but his father passed away, and he couldn't. His father passed away. He had to drop out of school because his mother couldn't afford to keep him in college. But thanks to this program, now, he can afford to go back to school. You see, he's working part-time and going to school full-time. This guy here with the glasses in a black shirt, squatting, his name is Jefferson. He has 3 kids. 2 of his kids were out of school, couldn't afford to send them to school because it's not like here in America where you get free education from primary or kindergarten to high school, right? Over there, you have to pay to go to school. So 2 of his kids were out of school, but because of this, all of his kids are in school now. So we're actually making a difference. And yes, we've helped a few young people, but our goal is to spread that to 150,000 young people in the next 10 years. So we are on a mission, and we're not just here to make money, we're here to change lives. And we'll hopefully get you to pass your exam, change your life, and in the process, we'll be helping to change lives in West Africa. So that was a long introduction, but thank you very much. Now, I'll open the floor up, and anyone who wants to go first, introduce yourself, anything you want to say about yourself, and we'll just go, and then all 3 of you, then we start. So the floor is open.
Well, first of all, I have to say my name is Rebecca. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, I'm so excited to be with the women being taught by Mr. Biko here. So that's amazing. I love being around women and the women energy. And so this is great. I was telling Mr. Biko earlier that the reason I wanted to get into life insurance is to actually help people. So everything that you're doing with this program, that makes me want to cry, just because I know we're doing a good thing. So thank you for doing that for your community and letting us be a part of that. And then much more so when you're saying that it's not just about selling insurance, but taking it further to help people. That's what it's all about. So I'm excited to do this program with you ladies. I'm excited to take in as much information as I can so that I can pass this test and be a good citizen of my community.
All right. All right, Rebecca. So you want to tell the people where you're from, like what state?
Yes, beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. Where all a lot of good spiritual things, and not just gambling. It's not just adult Disneyland. There's lots of beautiful scenery here, and hopefully you ladies will come out, and if you do, be more than welcome to show you guys around. I do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of spiritual work as well. So I love Las Vegas. Absolutely love Las Vegas.
All right. Thank you very much, Rebecca. Anyone else?
All right. It's me. I think so. Thank you, Rebecca. Invite us Las Vegas. Um, as soon as when I pass my exam, I'm coming to celebrate with you. Anyway, my name is Aster. I live in Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's very good thing I see in menzo.com website. Every time I learn a lot of things from you in YouTube. So really, I like to be here today. You invite us as a ferry. So yeah, uh, my exam pretty much is April, but still I'm not ready. So um, hopefully I pass this exam. So I live in DC. I enjoy this program because I dream lot of things in the future if yeah, the exam I pass. So like you say, is so yeah, pretty much happy this program with you guys to learn a lot of things. I hopefully that's all.
All right. Thank you very much, Miss Astor and Leila.
Hi everyone, nice to meet you.
Nice
That's
meeting
the first time like I heard about you guys. Aster, she just called me right now and told me like, do you want to join to this class? And I say, okay. I was picking my kids from school,
you. Mm-hmm.
and I'm like trying to study to pass my license insurance. I had a license insurance before, but it is expired, I guess. Like I'm like updating it, like taking the educational courses.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm in Maryland. I have two kids.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very ambitious. I want to change my life and help others to change their life as well. I'm willing to study and to make my life better every day, every time. I'm from Eritrea,
Okay.
Ethiopia. Maybe you guys know Ethiopia. I'm a neighbor of Ethiopia is Eritrea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where I'm excited. This is my first time. I thought, yeah, it's gonna be a good day. Know you guys better.
All right.
And thank you for the opportunity as well.
You are welcome, Leila. So welcome again, Leila, Miss Esther, and Rebecca, from three different states, three different backgrounds, but we're all united in one thing that is want to pass our exam and want to help people, right? So you are in the right place at the right time. All right. So here's the layout for the training, right? First thing we're going to do is yeah, I'm going to share with you guys some. I'm going to share with you guys some some study tips. All right, because the thing is, you have people going about studying the wrong way. When I mean the wrong way, um, when you're studying by show of hands, right? Um, I know Rebecca is excluded, because she started with us a long time ago. But between two of you, right? Um, have you guys used your state exam outline to study?
No.
What about you, Leila?
What was the question?
Your state life insurance exam outline, and have you used that to study?
Online? Have you studied online?
No, your state life insurance exam
Mm.
outline.
Okay. Honestly, I had my life insurance before 2 years ago. I passed the insurance, but I have to update it because I haven't used it. So I'm taking the educational courses that I have to take.
Mhm.
So that I mean, if I answer your question, I don't know.
Oh, you don't.
Mm.
Okay. No, that's so the reason I ask is most students, when you're studying, they don't even know that there is an outline for their exam, right? They don't even know that that everything that will be on your exam is already outlined, right? So let me show you guys. Um, let me show you something, right? So let's look here at Washington, D.C. So you just go to Google, google.com. We'll type here Washington, D.C., or they come up, life insurance exam outline, right? So you click on this. This is the Washington, D.C. life insurance exam outline. So this will tell you every single thing that will be on your insurance exam, on your Washington, D.C. insurance exam. So if you count all of these, it comes to about a total of 105 topics that will be on your insurance exam. Now, for example, for traditional whole life, right? It tells you that you just have ordinary whole life and limited pay and single premium life under whole life, right? So if you know that, there's no reason to waste your time to go and learn, all of the other types of life, whole life, right? Because you know this is what will be on your exam. So the good thing about using your exam outline to study is that it kind of saves you a lot of time, and you can only focus on what will be on your exam, right? For example, here for term insurance, there's nothing here on increasing term insurance, right, for Washington, D.C. So there's no need to waste your time to learn about increasing term insurance, right? So the reason I say this is, the average pass rate for the exam, for the life insurance exam, the average national pass rate is 48%, right? So only 48% of people who take their life insurance exam will pass it the first time. When you add the second time, first and second time, that goes up to 56%, right? So you still got 50% of people will still fail the exam. Why? Because most people are not studying according to the exam outline, right? You're studying too much. You're studying more information than you need. This is what makes our courses unique, because each of our course is based on your state insurance exam outline. So you don't have to waste your time learning something that would not be on your exam. Again, not to talk down on the other providers like Excel Solution or Kaplan, but most of their all their courses are not like that. It's like a one size fit all for the general, right? So if you for whatever reason do not get our course, that's fine. But if you're going to study on your own, I highly recommend that you use your state exam outline and just go step by step. Ask yourself, do I know everything about ordinary whole life? Do I know everything about limited pay? All of these things, right? All of these topics, all 105, will be on your exam. All right. So that's the first thing for the exam. So you want to review your state's exam outline. The other thing is you want to schedule your exam before you start studying. Why do you want to schedule your exam before you start studying? Because human beings by nature procrastinate, right? You say, "Oh, I'm going to take my exam tomorrow." Tomorrow turns 6 months later, you're still not taking your exam. So what we recommend to students is you want to schedule your exam in advance, have a date, and you also want to commit to a fixed study schedule. So the same way you have scheduled to work, right? Hey, I got to work from 9 to 5. Also have study schedule, even if it's 1 hour a day or 2 hours a day. Okay, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm going to study from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Have it as part of your schedule and stick to it. And then you want to have an accountability partner. So those are the things that we recommend before you can start to study. Now, during your study, we have a very innovative strategy. It's called the T80S20 strategy. What does that mean? That means you're going to spend 80% of your time doing practice questions after practice questions after practice questions, right? And 20% of your time learning core concepts, because on every exam, there'll be core concepts you have to learn. For example, a core concept that will be 100% guarantee on your exam will be the difference between stock and mutual companies, right? So you have to know that before you go and learn something about, let's say, modified endowment contract. Modified endowment contract may or may not be on your exam, but stock and mutual 100% guarantee will be on your exam, right? So that's how we structure our course, and that's how we recommend people study. 80% of your time spent doing practice questions after practice questions, and we have 2,100 practice questions. 2,100. The closest is Kaplan with 1,300, right? None of the other providers come close. So you want to spend your time doing questions, and learning core concepts. Now, if you're going to use our course, then we recommend scoring at least 80% on 2 of our simulated exams, right? So we have 3 simulated exams. If you score 80% on 2 of those, that tells you that you're ready to pass your test. And last but not the least, you want to get at least 7 hours of sleep the night before your exam. Among everything I just said here, the most important is sleep. Because your brain operates like a computer, right? If you keep your computer on the entire day, right, it's on, you're going to notice that it's going to slow down, right? So it's the same thing with your brain. The night before your exam, please do not stay up all night. Do not get 1-2 hours of sleep. Please get at least 7 hours of sleep. Because if you don't, what happens is you will not be alert. You'll not be alert, and you're going to have a brain freeze, and most of what you study you're going to forget. It's going to be a blackout. So that's what we recommend for students. I'll stop here. Any questions so far?
No.
Any questions, concerns? All right.
No.
So now we're going to move in here to the next part. We'll take a break soon, but I just want to cover this part here. It's very important. Now, on your test, you have good news. Your test will be all multiple choice, which is great. You don't have to write any, there's no need to do any essay or, short answer. It's all multiple choice. So that is good. On your exam, what you want to do is you want to eliminate your answer choices, right? Because you have most of the time, with the exception of true or false, which are very few, less than 5% of the exam will be true or false. But you want to, what you want to do is you want to eliminate at least one of the answer choices. If you eliminate one of the answer choices, you just increase your chances of getting the right answer by what? 33%. If you eliminate 2, you just increase your chances of getting the right answer by 50%, right? So you won't know every single question off the top of your head, but at a bare minimum, be able to eliminate at least one answer choice, right, before you answer. Next thing here is time management. This is very important. You can know the material very well, but if you don't know how to manage your time, you're going to end up running out of time and you're going to end up failing your exam, right? So very important. Do not spend more than 1 minute on any question. Very important. On your exam, no more than 1 minute on any single question. If you don't know the question, mark it for review. It gives you that option to mark for review and move on. So let me show you how the exam works, right? So usually on the exam, it starts something like this, right? I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yeah, see.
You can see the red line, right? So yeah. Usually start something like this. So in the beginning, let me erase that and go on a blank page here. Maybe just okay, let's do this on this side. Okay, so All right. So on your exam, you're going to have something like this. My drawing is not too good, but you'll kind of get the point. So in the first 30 minutes or so, you're going to get the easiest questions usually, right? And this is across all states. You usually get the easiest questions in the first 30 minutes of the exam. So those questions you want to answer, like, some of them you can read them within 30 seconds, 45 seconds, answer them, boom, boom, boom. Now, as the exam progresses, the questions will get a little more difficult. You see right here? So the difficulty starts to increase, the level of difficulty. So yeah, 30 minutes to like 45 minutes, is medium, right? So those questions, some of them you have to read at least 2 times, analyze and stuff those questions get. And then halfway through the exam, boom, for like 20 to 30 minutes of the exam, those will be when they'll bring the most difficult questions, right? And then as time goes on, as you get closer towards the end, it gets easier and easier again. The reason it's important to know this is the mistake people make is that when they get up here, right, to that 30-minute section of the exam where those questions are very difficult, what they do is they end up spending too much time here. They'll spend like maybe 1 minute, 30 seconds or 2 minutes on one question. So they spend so much time on the difficult questions, and more than likely you're going to get half of those difficult questions wrong anyway, right? So they spend so much time here, and then towards the end part of the exam, when the exam starts to get easy again, they run out of time and they end up failing the exam. This is why it comes back to what we said: do not spend more than 1 minute on any question, because on your exam, you have some questions that will be test questions, right? There'll be pre-test questions. So those will not count towards your score, but those are trial questions. So before they can add a question on the exam, they'll usually test that out, over a couple of months, right? So they're going to put it there. If, let's say, 40% of students fill that question, then they're not going to put it on the exam, right? But let's say if 60 or 70% of students pass, then they'll put it on the exam. So those are trial questions. Those questions sometimes tend to be very difficult. It won't count towards your score, but people don't know, and you're spending 2-3 minutes on one question trying to figure it out. If you don't know it, mark it for review, move on. Do not spend more than 1 minute on any question. Any questions, comments so far?
No.
Okay. So these are just test taking strategies that will also help you. So mark it for review, move on. Now, the other thing is, and as I've heard this all the times, right? Oh man, I got the right answer, but man, I was stupid me, I changed it. Always go with your gut instinct. Usually, not always, but the majority of the time, your first answer turns out to be right. So do not change your answers unless you're 100% sure. I see this all the time. Towards the end part of the exam, students go back and then they start changing all their answers. And if you are supposed to get 72, because you went back and changed all your answers, you end up getting 65 or 68%, right? So whatever your instinct, whatever you guess on the first try, do not change it unless you're 100% positive that you made a mistake. But do not change your answers, because most of the time people will change from right answer to wrong answer. So those are just those are some test taking strategies that will help you to pass your exam. Any questions on that so far? Later you are away. I don't know if you grab what you got, what we say.
Yeah, I was hearing everything.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're going to take a break soon, guys. The next thing we're going to go into is the types of questions on your exam, right? So as I said, your exam will be all multiple choice, which is good. So even if you have no clue what the answer is, if you guess, you have a 25% chance of getting the right answer, right? So when you take it from that, it's very easy. Now, there are some types, there are types of questions that will come on your exam, and you need to know how to answer these types of questions, like exactly what you're expecting, how to structure it. So the first type of question that will be on your exam, but this one, you won't see that many, usually less than 5% of your exam will be true or false, right? So these are usually the easiest, and it will just have A and B. So with true or false, you have a 50% chance of getting the right answer, right? So it's true or false, right? So for example, now let's do this. Dogs have 4 legs. Okay, well, I know dogs have 4 legs. So answer is true. Very easy, right? True or false question. All trees have roots. Of course, true, right? So these types of questions are very easy, true or false questions. Now, on your exam, the next type of question, which is a little, not difficult, but not as easy as true or false, you have fill in the blank, right? So it will be like blank, let's say blank is considered man's best friend, right? So these kind of questions, again, they're not super easy. Usually you get these kind of questions towards, like the first 30 minutes of the exam or the last 30 minutes of the exam, right? So, so with these ones, again, you just eliminate. I've always heard that, dog is a man's best friend. Okay, cat, I'm not sure. Bird, chicken, I guess A, right? So again, you want to eliminate. Another thing I forgot to add here, when you're doing the exam, please, and Rebecca, I know this is something we talked about in the past when we're doing training. Read the questions, right? Read the question with all the answer choices, right? Just read the question with all the answer choices, because sometimes you can have more than one right answer, but what they're looking for is the most correct answer. And as you know, we're going to do some practice questions when we come back from our break, so you guys will see that. So sometimes you read a question and then it appears to be right. You'll be like, oh, A is right, boom. But you then read B, C, and D, right? And you end up getting the wrong answer, right? You end up getting it wrong. So always read the answer. So you have fill in the blank. Now, the next type of question they have on the exam is K-shaped questions. Now, this is where this gets a little more difficult, right? You'll see these kind of questions usually towards, like the 45-minute mark, usually, because most states exams will be at least 2 hours, some of them up to 2 hours, 30 minutes, right? So you're going to see this around like between at least 30-minute mark, on your exam. So these are called K-shaped questions. So you're going to have something like this. Let's take this question, for example. Which one of the following features do all cars have in common? Then you have, the Roman numeral 1, so horn, 2, steering wheel, 3, tires, 4, flaperons. Now, on your exam, again, these are just test-taking strategies, because you can know the material, but if you don't know the strategies, you end up getting, your chances of passing will be decreased. So you got to know both the strategy and the content, right? And again, we'll get to the content when we come back from our break, but these are just strategies. On your exam, if you've not heard of it, do not pick it, right? So do not choose it. So in this case, okay, I drive a car. I know, yes, all cars have horns. Yeah, I know all cars have steering wheels. Okay, I know all cars have tires, but flaperons, What the hell is flaperons? Okay, should I select flaperon? No, don't. Because if you study and you then come across it, chances are it's probably the wrong answer, right? So if you've not heard of it, if you've never come across it, especially if you take our training, because we cover all 105, some states have up to 130 topics on your exam, right? So we go through every single thing. So if you go through our course from A to Z and you then come across a certain term, you then remember certain things, or you then remember come across it, do not select it on your exam. And we see people do that all the time. They'll be like, I've never heard about this, so maybe it's right, so I'll pick it. No, if you've not heard about it, it's probably wrong, right? So don't pick it. So in this case here, the correct answer will be horn, steering wheel, and tires, because we know all cars have these three. Flaperons, I don't know what that is, right? But I've not heard about it, so I'm not going to pick it. So A would say one. Yeah, horn is correct, right? But this is asking which one of the following features do all cars have in common? So they want all of the features, right? So yes, is horn correct? Yeah, but steering wheel and tires are correct too. So yeah, A is correct, but it's not the most correct answer. Remember, on the exam, they're looking for the most correct answer. So B, steering wheel. Yeah, a car has steering wheel, but it also has tires and horns. C says, steering wheel, that's two, tires and flaperons. Jeez, I've not heard about flaperons. I don't know what that is. So no, I'm not going to select that. D, horn, steering wheel, and tires, right? 1, 2, and 3. Yes, I know, because I drive, I know a car has, so the answer must be D. Any questions? Questions, comments?
No.
No questions?
Yeah.
How are you guys feeling so far about, these strategies?
That's nice. Yeah, I like it.
Okay. So the K-shaped questions, and we're going to go into some other K-shaped questions, but this is the straightforward K-shaped question, which is difficult, but it's not the most difficult, right? So this is just straightforward question. Now, the other type of K-shaped question that it starts to get tricky is the word except, right? And I know this is something that used to it used to trip Rebecca up all the time, except. So it gets tricky. So now,
Me too.
yeah, for test purposes, right? Except, just know that the word except means opposite. Okay? So when you see except, just put there, let me annotate here. So if you see this word except, just know that it is equal to opposite. Okay, so except, just know that it's equal to opposite. So in order to get these kind of questions right, you first of all have to know what the correct answer is, and just find the opposite of that. So let's get back to this. Again, we're still on K-shaped questions. All cars have all of the following features except. So what you got to do first is find the features that cars have, and then just the opposite. So the features that cars don't have. Again, when you see except, just know opposite, right? So we said in the previous example, all cars have horns, all cars have steering wheel, all cars have tires. But we know that cars do not have flaperons, or I've not heard of a car having flaperon. So what is all cars have which feature? Horn, steering wheel, and stuff, except opposite. So we know that the correct answer will be flaperons, because cars do not have flaperons. They have all these three. So we're finding the opposite. They may say, which one of the following is not a feature of a car, right? So instead of except, they may have not. Which one of the following is not a feature of a car? Again, we're finding the opposite. So you know the features of the cars, and then you just find the opposite, meaning the ones that are not features. So in this case, the correct answer here will be D, because D would just be Roman numeral 4, which would be flaperons. Any questions? Questions, comments?
No.
Right. So this is K-shaped question with the word except. So now let's we're still on K-shaped questions. Now, we're going to, in my opinion, the one I believe is, I just tap on screen share. Let's go back here. All right. So in my opinion, we're going to go to what I think is the most difficult type of question. And for your exam, you have to understand something, right? The more difficult a question is, the more weight, that question carries towards, or counts towards your score, right? Because the exam is weighted. So let's say if you have a true or false question, maybe that true or false question may count as half a point, right? Because it's very easy. But if you have like this kind of K-shaped question, maybe instead of counting for half a point, maybe you'll count for 2 points. So you can fill 4 true or false questions. They will be equivalent to filling just one of these questions, right? And again, these K-shaped questions, you'll usually find them from the 30-minute mark, between 30 minutes to the in the exam to 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? They'll usually not come in the first 30 minutes because, again, the degree of difficulty, like that curve, right? So this is why you have to understand these questions, because these questions carry more weight. So you want to pass as many of these questions as possible. So yeah, this question carries this question carries 2 negatives, not and except. And when we do some of the practice questions, you're going to come across this. These, even for me, and I know the material well, because I teach it, even for me, these questions are the ones I got to read 2 times. Like I have to stop and, analyze them. So when you come across these kind of K-shaped questions, I highly, highly recommend, don't rush through them, right? Again, you don't want to go more than 1 minute. If you can't figure out, you can come back to them. But you want to read these questions, if you can, at least 2 times. All right. So let's go through this together. All of the following are not features of cars except. So we said that not. Again, not is a negative, right? But we say anytime we see except, it means opposite. So what we do, this is the diagram of answering these kinds of questions. So first thing you want to do, the first thing you want to do here is you want to always divide these type of questions, right? You have 2 parts. The first part is before the word except, and the other part, again, remember, except is equal to opposite. Opposite. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the answer for the first part of the question and just pick the exact opposite will be the correct answer. So which of the following are not features of a car? So what are not features of car? We know flaperon, we already went over this. Flaperons are not features of cars, right? But this question is saying all of the following are not features of cars except. So we know that this is not a feature of a car, but it has the word here except. So if this just said all of the following, which of the following is not feature of a car, then the correct answer will be, the correct answer will just be number 4, right? but it's saying all of the following are features of not features of cars except. So now we're looking for the opposite. So we know that flap around is not a feature of a car. So now we X this out. We're looking for the opposite, which is not a feature of a car. The opposite of not a feature of a car is what? Feature of a car, right? So now we know horn, steering wheel, and tires are features of cars. So correct answer has to be 1, 2, and 3, which will be D, 1, 2, and 3. Questions, comments? Now, Miss,
It's clear.
yeah, Miss Astor, yeah,
It's clear. Yeah, I
yeah,
understand. Yeah, it's good.
okay,
Clear.
all right.
No question.
And how are you feeling so far about this?
It's good because all the time I did mistake or that, so I'm glad I know more now. So it's good.
Okay.
Okay. Can I add something on this?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
It just it always helped me and it might help you guys. So I always take those questions not and accept is like not is a negative, like in numbers in math side is negative, right? And accept is a negative. So I do that negative. When you two negatives come together, it comes positive. So easy way, we don't have to think it over, like because for me it's always like confusing. So like what is better to think like the positive. The answer gonna be the positive. So it's gonna be horn, steering wheel, and tires. It might help you. That's what I want to share.
Good, good. Hey, and you see, so that's the advantage of doing these group studies, right? Because now other people can, you know, bring different ideas or add. So yeah, that's something I didn't even think about. But if you take that like in math, like we're learning elementary school, well, was it elementary or middle school? I forgot. But to learn that negative plus negative equals positive, right? So yeah, so that's another way to think about it. So if you got two negatives, then it'll equal positive. So you're looking, a positive just means true, right? So you're looking for what is true. Rebecca,
Yes.
comments, questions?
No, this makes it so much more easier because these were definitely one of the ones. And when I had came in on the study program, this part of it wasn't shown to me. So this makes it so much more clearer. And now with this added benefit of the two negatives equal a positive, that makes much more sense as well. So thank you.
Perfect. Yeah. And thank you very much, Leda. That was a very good suggestion. So yeah, and these are the types of questions that really trip students up on the exam all the time. These case-shaped questions. All right. So let's move on here to our next.
Wait, give me just one. I am writing all of this down so I could make sure. C and D. 4 and 1, 2, and 3. Okay, perfect.
All right. So let's move here to the next one. Erase all of this. All right. So now, we're still on negatives, right? So when you have a straightforward question like in the positive, those are easy. Which one of the following statements is true? Very easy, right? Because most of the tests we took in school, whether it's in college or in elementary, high school, whatever, middle school, most of the time, they're all straightforward questions, right? So our brain has been programmed to answer questions, like straightforward positive questions. Which one of the following statements is true? Which one of the following is a true statement? So we know, but when it's negative, then your brain has to do a little more, analyzing. You got to go like, oh, okay, so I need to find a positive statement and then find the opposite. Because when you're studying, what you're studying is you're studying true statements, right? all of these are features of a car, so the features of a car, horn, steering wheel. But now on the exam, they're asking, okay, which of the following is not? Because when we are studying, we always study in positives. That's why the questions that have negative tend to be more confusing, because now you have to do backflips. What you learn, take that and do the opposite, right? So all of the following are not features of a car except. So the difference between this and this question here, the only difference is this does not have a K shape, right? So this is straight just A, B, C, D. It doesn't have these Roman numeral, because these ones tend to be more difficult. Why are they difficult? Because they have a combination, right? It's not just A, B, C, D, right? Like, oh, okay, it could be either one, it could be one or two, it could be three or four. So it's, you have so many more options, or so many more chances to get it wrong, versus if it's a question like this, it's just 4 options, right? So you know that you have a 25% chance. So all of the following are not features of a car, except, again, to borrow Leila's, strategy, take 2 negatives. 2 negatives equals 1 part, equals a positive, right? So we're looking here for the positive statement, which is features of a car. So which of the following is a feature of a car? Well, we know that horn, right? A car has a horn. Yeah, all of us know that. And we also know a car has a steering wheel. But if you on the exam, again, it comes back, read every single question with all the answer choice. So you say, which of the following are not features of a car, right? Or all of the following are features of a car except. Then you see horn. Oh, of course, horn is the correct answer. Boom, click A and go to the next one. No, yes, A is correct, but it's not the most correct, because this is asking for all of the following. So it's not just one. It's looking for the most correct answer. So the most correct answer will be C, which would be horn and steering wheel. But if you just look at option number 1 and don't read all the other options, you're going to pick A, when the correct answer is C, which is both horn and steering wheel, A and B. Understood? Comments, questions?
Makes sense.
All right. So now, these are, again, these are questions with 2 negatives. Or this one is just a question of 1 negative. Which one of the following is not a feature of a car, right? So this doesn't have any K shape. It's pretty straightforward, right? So we just take, again, the opposite. So which one of these is not? Again, you've never heard of flaperons. I've never heard of flaperons. I don't know what they are, but I know definitely horn is a feature of a car. Steering wheel is a feature of a car. Tire is a feature of a car. Flaperons, I have no idea, so I'll select flaperons, right? So correct answer here will be D. All right. Now, the other type of question you have is a straightforward question. It has no negative, and that's what we studied for. So these questions tend to, next to true or false, these ones tend to be very straightforward, easy, right? So which one of the following animals is considered man's best friend? We know that man's best friend is D, dog, right? Now, if you select chicken, you could select cat and you could get away with it, but if you select chicken, damn it. Because everybody knows a man's best friend is a dog, right? So that's it. So again, these are more straightforward questions. Which statement is true about dogs? No, they're newborn or called kitties. No, they fly. No, they have 4 legs. Yeah, so C is the correct answer. But even though I know dogs have 4 legs, but I still will read option D, because maybe option D could be more correct than option C. No, dogs, do they lay eggs? No, so correct answer is C. So with that said, yeah, we're going to take a break. So again, what we've covered so far, we went over our introduction. So I introduced Menzopass to you guys, introduced myself. You guys introduce yourself. And we went over test taking strategies and the different types of questions. But before we go on break, any questions, comments? questions, comments, suggestions?
Honestly, the only thing for me, and I don't know if this happens to anybody when I do take the test and we start to get to almost the end of it, for me, the words start to go in with each other. They start to, like, it just gets too, I don't know. And I don't know if I am during the test able to take a break or I have to wait for the time to be up. You know, that's one of the things that I noticed for me, that has been happening. So
I'm trying to understand. You say the words. What do you mean the words go?
So I'm trying to think of some, you know what? I don't know. See if I took pictures of they'll be like the last one that you had, you know, all of the following statements are not true except for, and then when you have 2 or 3 of those back to back in the test and they're almost at the end of the test, they just, the words start to go in with each other. Like I couldn't figure out, you know, I'm like, I need a break. I need to walk away because it was just, it gets to be too much. So I'm hoping and I'm thinking with this, breaking it up, you know, because I don't know if that makes sense.
No, and I understand exactly what you're saying, and let me go back to that. And it's good you brought that up, right? So so this is what happens.
Like that one right there, that last one. And then when you have 3, 4, 10 back to back, or, you know, 10 like that with 1 true, false in between. Oh my God. I'm like, by the 6th one, I don't know what I'm reading.
So pretty much on the exam, and they're going to do that sometimes, you know, to trip you up, right? So this is something similar. So you see how this first question, which one of the following features do all cars have in common, right? So correct answer is horn, steering wheel, tires, which would be D, right? So okay, but now the next question comes up. Cars have all of the following features except, and you still have the same option, you know, the same answer choices, right? Nothing has changed. The only thing that changed is the wording of the question. So this trips you up like, hold up, this question, I just saw the same thing, horn, steering wheel, tires, flap runs. No. And this question is the same thing, horn, steering wheel, tires, flap run. And it's the, oh my God, this is, but no, yeah, it's different because this one talked about which of the following features do all cars have in common, and this is asking for which features the cars not have, right? So you may see it, and if you don't really read and analyze it, be like, hold on, this is the same question. Why, you know? I'm not sure if this is what you're referring to. Yeah, but sometimes to have the same content, like the same answer choices, like you have horn, steering wheel, tires, slap runs, 3 questions back to back. And it makes it confusing. That's why I say when it comes to these K-shaped questions, you want to really slow down and analyze them because hands down, these are the most difficult types of questions on the exam.
So would you suggest if the words start to get too much and I'm not able to really break it down, just move on to the next question?
Perfect.
Back? Okay.
You're always, you know, you're always better off if you can't figure out now. What I recommend is always guess. You know, guess the answer, select an answer, guess, but mark it for review, right? Because if you mark for review, sometimes, you know, depending on your time management, you may finish and you still have 10 minutes left or 15 minutes left. You can go back over those questions that you mark for review.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. But that was a good point you brought up. All right. Any other questions, comments? No questions? All right. So let's take a 30-minute break, guys. We'll be back. Rebecca, you're on West Coast time, but let's be back in 30 minutes. So we'll be back at 5, let's just 5:10 Eastern time. So yeah, 5:10 p.m. So same link, everything. And I'll see you guys in about 30 minutes.
All right.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Welcome to Pass Your Life and Health Insurance Exam Podcast. I'm your host here at Biko. I'm very excited to share with you guys something very, very new, but something that will benefit you. So effective today, today is March 22nd, right? So effective today, we're starting our free live webinar training. So I say free, right? FREE, free, meaning you don't have to pay anything. So our free webinar uh, is going to be once a week, every Wednesday, um, for about between 2 to 3 hours, right? But you come, and for this webinar, you're going to learn test taking strategies. You're going to learn core concepts, and you're going to also uh, get to test your knowledge to see how much you know. So it's very good. This is something we've been working on. So we've put that in our schedule. We've committed to it. Every Wednesday, we're going to have this webinar. So we have the link in the description, and that webinar is going to start pretty soon. So this is just an overview. In the next few minutes, you're going to listen to part one of our webinar. Uh, so it's great. Again, it doesn't cost you anything. It's free. Come and learn. And then if you want to sign up for this webinar, we have the link in the description here. So you just click that link. When you click that link, it's going to, it's a link tree. So when you click that link, you select live webinar. And then when you click that, you put in, I mean, it's very simple. It takes 2 minutes or less. You put in your full name, your you put in your email address, your phone number, and your state. That is it. You click register. When you register, it's going to when you click register, it's going to send an email. So you got to go in your email and confirm your registration. Okay. Um, because sometimes people will register for other people. So that is to just make sure that you are the one who's registering. So when you click that, you got to go back to your email and click confirm registration. Once you do that, you're going to receive the um, the link for the webinar. So it's something we're very excited about. And also, guys, if you like this podcast, please like, comment, subscribe. We're everywhere. We're on YouTube. We're on TikTok. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on LinkedIn. I mean, we're on Twitter. We're everywhere. So if you like what we are doing, if now follow us on all those other social media platforms. Share with us because we're trying to grow this. But it's very exciting. And as we said last time, by you listening to this podcast, you have a 50% discount off. And we have the discount code in the in the description. So you can get 50% discount on any of our self-study courses. Another thing that is brand new is that effective today, you will have the opportunity to pre-purchase our courses or to purchase any of our self-study courses in advance. So we're working on coming up with a lot more states. But if you purchase that state in advance, right? If you pre-purchase that state in advance, the course for that state in advance, uh, then instead of paying regular price, you're going to get 70% discount off. So let me just repeat that. If you pre-purchase any of our courses, you're going to receive 70% discount. That's huge, right? 70% discount. So we highly recommend it. You could go to our website and you scroll all the way to the bottom and we'll say pre-purchase self-study course, and you're going to see the difference, right? The regular price is $165, But if you pre-purchase the course, right, then instead of paying 165, you end up just paying $49, which is a 70% discount, right? So you will be saving yourself a lot of money if you purchase our courses in advance. So check that out on our website. Again, we have the link tree for all our sites, whether it's our websites, social media, we have all of that in the description. So click that. All right. And again, as usual, if you have any questions, guys, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us anytime here. And let me give you our phone number. Again, I'll include our phone number in the description. But our phone number here is 202 202 979 8889. Again, our phone number is 202 979 8889. All right. So you can call us during business hours if you're having any technical issues, whether you're trying to register for the webinar and you're not receiving the link, or just any questions you have. We have our customer service representatives available. They're on standby to help you with any um, problem or concern you may have. All right. So that number again is 202 979 8889. And you can also email us. We have the email in the description. So without further um, explanation or wasting your time, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to play, I'm going to have you listen to the recording for our live webinar. See you in the recording.